everyone! Oh my goodness, I know it has been a crazy long time since I've uploaded a video. It's got to be at least a month, and I totally did not mean to leave everyone hanging. I've got more videos to post. I've got videos from like a year ago that I haven't posted, but it's been a crazy few weeks for sure. So I've been doing a lot of work in film. As some of you know, I work in the film business, so I was doing some stand-in on some stuff and other shows, so just kind of busy with that. I also have a new novel out, available online and in stores. And then I went away to the Dominican a few weeks ago, maybe almost like, I guess 3.5 weeks ago. Fantastic trip, until the morning that we left, and I somehow lost my phone, literally in the last minutes of the vacation, and I was devastated. Like, no one wants to lose their phone. It's a horrible, horrible feeling. And I was on the bus to the airport and I'm like, I don't think I have my phone. But then I thought, no, it's gotta be in there. And anyway, got to the airport, no phone. The stress starts like hitting me. I don't have my phone. I need my phone. The rep from the flight called the hotel. Like, if someone found the phone, they could bring it over. But, you know, no one at the front desk had the phone. And I had to get on the flight without it, and literally was quite devastated. It was a horrible flight. Got back to Toronto and, you know, calling the hotel, nothing. I called the hotel the next day because, you know, my phone has a password on it and it's really not that easy for someone else to just use your phone. But I was hoping that it would be turned in. And to kind of backtrack a little bit, because this became something that helped me out, I ended up with 2 marriage proposals and a stalker. Yes, a stalker. And lo and behold, I think on the 3rd day after I was back, I actually had to turn to my stalker who was messaging me on Facebook. And he actually helped me find my phone. So apparently security had the phone from, I guess, the time it went missing, or they found it. But they did not convey to the front desk or to guest services like, oh, hey, we have a phone. If someone's calling about a lost phone, we have it. So if not for him, I would never have known. And then I thought, okay, this is good. My phone has been found. And I went with my daughter, my mother, and my friend and her daughter. Now, my friend's daughter was, she ran into someone she knew from school. Now, unfortunately, we tried to find this girl and her room so that she could bring the phone back. She lives right in my city. But her last name must be different from the parent's name or the name on the reservation. Could not find her. And, you know, in that moment, I'm like, oh, there has to be a reason that we ran into her. She's going to be able to bring the phone back. Well, no. So then I also ended up finally saying I'm going to have to spend the money on a courier, you know, and the way the hotel was dealing with stuff, the security still had not brought the phone to the front desk. I would call, and if I got the wrong person, they had no clue about any phone. I'm like, I can't deal with this. FedEx would not pick up the package unless the hotel made the call for the phone, which I didn't trust. Some research told me UPS, I could set it up online, I could do it all. Oh God, the story gets crazier. So I set this up for UPS to pick up the phone. I called them a few times to verify, you know, how do I get my phone back, how to fill out the commercial invoice so that I don't get charged to receive my own phone. And I paid the money to get the phone delivered. The next day I was on set and no phone comes. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm supposed to come in a day, but let's wait till Friday. No phone. I called the resort. Like, they never came for the phone. Of course, they charged me the money. And in the meantime, when I'd called back UPS after I'd already set up the shipment, just to say, how do I print this stuff or get it to these guys at the hotel to add to the way bill, they said, oh, sorry, we don't ship personal items. I'm like, well, you're the 4th person I've talked to, and no one said I couldn't send the phone. So now I'm like, what if they pick up the phone and then they keep the phone, or they don't bring the phone, or whatever? I mean, I was just losing my mind. But I had otherwise made some other good friends, like parts of the entertainment staff when I was there. And I'll tell you, I had this thought, because I'd been nice to everyone. I gave tips to lots of people. And then I lost my phone. And I went through this moment of like, well, what was the point of being nice? In the sense of, you can be a good person and crappy things still happen to you. I remember last year, I saw a girl drop her phone where she was walking, no one else was walking. I had to like cut across 3 lanes of traffic, do a quick U-turn, to do another U-turn to like yell to her that she lost her phone. So I'm thinking, I deserve some good karma, don't I? Anyway, what I ultimately, when I got out of that negative frame of mind, what I thought was, you know what, you made good friendships, you were good to people. For this reason, they remember you and they will help you get your phone back. So one of the guys that I made, good friends with, he ended up finding someone who was coming back to Toronto this past Tuesday. So he brought me my phone, a really nice guy. And finally I have my phone back, but it was 2 weeks of stress. And either because I had basically not slept for 40 hours before I went on the trip, and you're on a vacation, but you're doing a lot of stuff, excursions, you're staying up late, you're drinking, you're eating, you're whatever, you don't get great rest. By the time I came home and I had this pounding headache from losing my phone, I spent 2 days in bed with a fever. I was sick, coughing really horribly, and this flared up my back pain. I probably didn't tell you guys, like maybe 6 weeks ago, I somehow pulled something in my back, and I woke up one day and I couldn't even move. I couldn't walk. I was in the worst pain, and I've had this back pain like off and on over the years, but it had been a solid decade without it. So now I was like upset that all this coughing made my back pain flare up, because again, I couldn't get out of bed. It was just like a horrible, honestly horrible 2 weeks. But I'm feeling better now, and this video basically is going to show you what I ate in Dominican, show you a little bit of what I did. I have to tell you, the mangoes were phenomenal. So it was mango season, and being able to eat a mango ripened from the tree, oh, if you haven't done that before, you haven't lived. I mean, you get mangoes here, but they pick them early so that they can ripen along the way, and they tend to never be as sweet. I mean, sometimes you can get a good mango, but there was nothing, absolutely nothing compared to the fresh, delicious in-season mangoes when I was there. I'd go back just for the mangoes. Honestly, they were that good. The pineapple at the resort was sweet and delicious every single day. I had a bit of a concern going there as a vegan in terms of what kind of stuff will they offer at this all-inclusive resort, but I didn't need to worry. They had lots of fruits, guava, pineapple, papaya, mango. They had bean soups at dinner. They had, I went to a Mexican restaurant. I'll show you the pictures and stuff and you guys can see. But there were a lot of options, and I'll just say that the way they season their beans, phenomenal. Like, I could eat the rice and beans all day. So hit me up with your questions when you want down below. I'm going to get to sort of showing you what I ate and what we did a little bit, and just I've given you the recap of my life over the last few weeks that kind of explains why I haven't been around. But I'm back now, guys, and happy to be back, and I will see you guys in the next videos. So have a gander at what I've put together. So this was the flight to the Dominican, a beautiful flight on Air Canada. And this was my option in first class: some fruit, some oatmeal, some warm nuts. Those were delicious. And this is the first view of the Dominican as we're flying in. That's the hotel we stayed at, the Be Live Collection Marion Puerto Plata. The welcome drinks. And this is the first thing I ate when I was able. You can see the rice, the beans, all totally delicious. That bean salad was amazing, but the rice and beans, phenomenal. And there were lots of cats at the resort, lots of kittens. Look, there's one ripe mango, so high I want to get it, or on its way to being ripe. This was the bedroom that we had, my mother and my daughter and myself, and this is a view again of the pool and the mountains in the distance. This was a breakfast one day, the mangoes, pineapple, also guava, which was sour. This was just a woman outside after we had a meeting at Air Canada, and again, more food. You can see the fruit there. Plantains, potatoes, cucumbers, rice beans. This was one day at the beach. This was a very windy beach, so it was perfect for parasailing and wind-based water sports. Here's more food, some pasta, potatoes, rice beans, and veggies, of course. And this is one of the, this was the nightclub on the resort property. There was one right outside as well, so just, fun spot to go hang out. And every night there was some entertainment. They always started off by getting the audience involved, and this is what you see here. Really fun stuff, lots of beautiful dancing and other shows that they had for us. You were never bored. Now this was really funny because my mom's phone showed her 9 years ago that day, and she was wearing the exact same outfit. So really crazy. And this is just a shot of the pool at night, beautiful. The beach in the day, windy again, but still a beautiful beach and not too hot because of the wind. This is a sunset shot from the side of the pool. Hey, feet pic. More food, beans, rice, bean salad, tomatoes, potatoes. This was a hugely fun pool party they did one day. Absolutely a blast. We completely loved it. And lots of fun for everyone. My daughter loved it. I loved it. My friend loved it as well. And this was a really fun day. We went to go up on the cable car, and I'll just let you see some of this. I was able to get my mother. They were picking people to dance with and then to play on a little instrument. So my mom got to do some dancing. Look at her here. Look at her go. Go, Mom. Then we took the cable car up to the top of this mountain, which does not seem as terrifying until you're in the cable car and you realize just how far you're going and just how high you get. You start thinking, my gosh, what if this thing breaks and you plummet to the ground? I mean, at least I started thinking that. Look, no, you look down. No, I'm in the window. So if I look down, it's high. But beautiful. Okay, now you thought we were in Puerto Plata, but we are apparently in Rio de Janeiro.
Nothing happened, and nothing happened.
And there's my mom holding Christ's hand. Look at that. The view from up there was absolutely spectacular. Of course, then we had to go back down the cable car. Terrifying, but we survived. Now, this was a Mexican restaurant on site. This was my appetizer with palm shoots or something, and I was able to have my burrito made without any dairy, cheese, etc. Super delicious. And this is a group shot of us before the meal came, and this is after the meal. The margaritas were good. Now, I brought my own soy milk, which you can see because I needed it for my coffee. And that was a mango off the tree. This is a lunch. Chickpeas, lentils, beans, potatoes, all plant-based. This was funny right here. This bird just thought, let me help myself. He just stole some rice from the woman's plate and is eating it from the table. These guys were so great. I loved everyone at the resort. And this guy here named Mosquito, he's like loco, but lots of fun. Just chilling. Here we are. Just another day in paradise. And look, relaxing on the beach. That's my friend right there, and my mom. We got all our poses in. Now, I was excited to try this Mediterranean restaurant because I thought Mediterranean equaled falafels, till I found it was mostly shellfish and seafood. So this is what I got. The salad, they made me a pasta with nothing that would touch shellfish. They even brought me rice and veggies on the side, way too much to eat. This sorbet, best thing ever, especially the lime, so amazing. This is a bit more of the nightly entertainment. Again, they had amazing dancers, theme nights. I loved all of that. And then we went snorkeling. This was a Sunday, and sadly, I got sick and threw up a few times in the water, and my daughter got sick too. I think it was the diesel fumes when we were getting there in the bumpy ride over the 40-minute trip, but beautiful, beautiful spot. This beach was nice and calm, and we loved it. Maybe a little ginger ale if they have it. Look at the scenery right here. And this was one of the guys who proposed to me, the snorkel instructor. I mean, he just went on about how he was in love with me. It was kind of funny. And he was actually mute and deaf, but somehow managed to convey the life he was going to give me. He was really planning to spoil me. One of the nights there was a beach party, so they first had audience participation, which was fun. Then they had flamethrowers, and this was one of the entertainers another night. Now I got to do what I loved a lot, a few days for the week, which was Zumba. I mean, you can't keep me away from Zumba. It's my favorite form of exercise, the music, everything. So there I was, out of the pool, right onto the Zumba line. And here I am with my mom the same day, I think. Went back for more of that sorbet, I tell you. It was so good. And so I had salad again and the pasta again. And this was our waiter. He was really awesome. This is my daughter, and let me just say the boys loved her, and everyone thought she was Dominican. Look at her. Lots of cats on the resort, lots of mommy cats and baby cats, and we loved feeding them, and we were big cat people. And this is one of the guys at the resort. He helped me get my phone back, and these were two other people at the resort who were also really awesome. I only found powdered soy milk at the store, but they had some so delicious dairy-free ice cream. And this was our last day. Time to head back home. And here we are now flying over the Toronto area. That's the CN Tower there. And this is the 401, the busiest highway. I came back with some of those mangoes. Oh my gosh, so good. And then there's also this. Now the one thing that annoyed me was I saw almond trees everywhere, which was a great thing, except that so many almonds were just littering the beach, littering the ground, and I thought, almonds are so expensive here, and they have so many almonds there. And the one guy I showed you who helped me get my phone back, he promised to bring me some almonds. So the morning I lost my phone, he also brought me those two big mangoes in the photo, you'll see, but he brought me these almonds, and like he said they're different, and they're much thinner, smaller than the almonds we buy here. And they're good. So I said to him, you know what? It's like, I need to talk to you about planning some kind of business to harvest these almonds because you guys have so many almonds and they're simply going to waste. I mean, why? We should use them. Now, although my friend's daughter went to get a photo with this donkey mule burro, she afterwards felt upset that it was, you know, had this stuff on its head and on its back. And I thought, I did say this to her. I said, you know, I'm always baffled by people caring so much about those kind of animals, which is fine, but not being vegan. Anyway, guys, that is all for now. That's my video from the Dominican. Hope you enjoyed it. Leave your comments below. Thanks for watching.